case, cool. But the rules still apply. All right, you don't sleep with your best friend mother. Then two, for all this love that you claim to have for her and her family, what would possess you to go on live television and just blow up everything else, regardless of how you feel? You know what I mean? All right, cool. As a man, I take hits all the time, and I don't have to tell the world about it. Especially if I care, if I feel like I care about somebody. There's no way. And I felt like you wanted your time to shine, your 5 minutes of fame or whatever the case, album coming out. I don't respect it. I thought it was corny,
If
and I felt like he's going to set people back with relationships. And I'm talking about the cougar to the young to the young cub relationship, the work relationship. I personally feel like girls ain't gonna want to deal with certain guys that be telling about talking too much. But I digress. Let me go to Jada now. I was all on Jada's side because I know people are human beings, right? You gonna do whatever, right? My thing, I fell out with her is when Will asked her, hey, explain to everybody the situation, and she used the word entanglement that's now being run over the internet as a joke. Like, haha, entangled. Yeah, I was in an entanglement, haha. Meanwhile, I was sitting there not laughing, like, Jada, like, this is your time. Like, tell everybody, like, you know what? I made a mistake. We hooked up and that was wrong of me. I never heard her say like things like that. You know what I'm saying? The accountability. And I
yeah,
felt like there was so many young women watching her, just
Yeah,
watching her. Like
it wasn't remorse in her face.
right,
at
and
all.
I felt like at that moment she could have said, "Nah, girl, I was wrong." Da da da. But me and my husband, we gonna get through this. No, she says, "Oh, I was in an entanglement, and because when I was young, because this happened, and that's when, and I like
Excuses.
to fix
Hmm.
people." That's all I heard. That's all I
Yeah,
heard. Go was excuses, and I heard an adult.
excuses.
Sure.
One gender aside, I heard an adult not taking accountability of what they done. I do it all the time. That's like me knocking somebody food over, and instead of saying my fault, I'm giving them a reason why it wasn't my fault and what happened. Oh, well, what happened was I was on the path of going to where I wanted to go. I know I knocked your food over. We got entangled. Like it wasn't my. It just these things happen. Nah, like you messed up.
Yeah.
Own up to it. And I could see the hurt in Will's eyes. Like, damn, you can't even say it. You
And
know
you
what I
don't
mean?
see
And
nothing in her
Yeah,
eyes.
no,
that's a
like
Nothing.
if
like you
we
said.
could break down their
Oh,
faces real quick, Will eyes, I noticed was red. He seemed like he was screaming. They was screaming or yelling before, or
yeah,
maybe the night prior, and he didn't get any sleep or something.
And
But
the interview was very it was edited because at
right,
certain points Will Smith's eyes was red and certain points it
right,
wasn't.
right.
So you
right.
could tell they had to piece everything together. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
he seemed like a man that was putting up with a lot. You know what I mean? Now I felt bad because I'm a Will Smith fan. He gave advice that helped me through my shit that I was going through with
yeah,
females in my life to make me, not be like one of these other guys and go out and kill, the girls or whatever because I ain't get what I wanted out of a relationship. And you know what's crazy? Reed, that you said, you're not giving August a pass. I'm not giving the people I don't want to give a pass and I want to call out is my man 50 Cent and Meek Mill. I for clowning uh my man Will on this thing for this simple reason. I was explaining it to Goat before we started shooting. Um I'm a big 50 Cent fan. I remember listening to all his music coming up, and there was one song I used to love in particular. It was called Puppy Love by 50 Cent. In the song, he's stating about his upcoming with all the women he dealt with and how they did him wrong. And one of the songs, his cousin slept with his BM or his girl in his truck. So it's like I feel like you're not in a position to be like, aha, like my brother, it happened to you too. Do you not forget? It's just that his was on wax for the
Right.
world to see. You know what I mean? And I feel like I commend Will because I feel like some of the rappers and stuff that be in relationships, they don't know how to take stuff like this. They act you know, radical when situations like these happen. Even
Forget
like with,
rappers, anybody, any
Anybody.
right,
man, any
right.
man.
You know, so I thought that was really hypocritical of him and Meek. Meek, don't get me started. Yeah, you was an entanglement. Yeah, you took Safari from her, but then you got in your feelings when Drake name was Safari. I know the name must have been coming out of Nicki's mouth, and you got in your feelings, and you know, like you just messed up your whole situation to
Hello.
where you took an L that year. Remember, over a woman, like Drake aside or whatever, all that happened because like he ain't know how to hold his composure with his lady. So I thought that was pretty corny of the two. You know, fans of both of them, but I thought that was corny. But
I don't about the 50 Cent thing. I'm not really sure about the Meek thing, but about
yeah,
the 50 Cent thing, I don't know if he was clowning Will,
right,
because the exact thing that I seen that he said was well, right here he said, "Goddamn, Will look hit," looking talking about the picture, right?
right.
And then he said, you know, what do you do when shit like this happen? And then he's LOL, nah, it's not funny. And then he
Right,
put shit, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I
right,
don't know if he was clowning him. You know,
right.
50 got a way of talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I didn't get clowning from him. I think he was saying it in his way, like, oh, this shit is messed up, type
well,
of
Yeah.
thing.
when you get a chance, go to the texts, right? There's a text between like him and Will, and you know he's asking him about it, but you could tell through texts he's like, they don't look genuine, like you poking a little fun at him, like, hey man, I can't believe she don't fuck that. That's why Will Smith said we like, yo man, fuck you. Now,
That was real text.
Yeah, I thought that was fake.
I thought that was fake too. I don't think that was real.
well, was it? I'll have to see. But if that's the case, and that's the case, I'll be really surprised at. But the Meek thing is definitely real.
I
He
definitely.
posted a picture.
I kind of
You,
wanted to add on to that a little bit because,
yeah,
like I was saying, yeah, Meek you up now or whatever, but let's come on, like a couple years ago, like what we got to stop doing is people that we hold in that high regard. Soon as there's a little chink in their armor, we gotta stop trying to slam their name, and
right.
you know what I'm saying,
Because they
and
saw us that they human.
throw them under the end of the bus, under the bus at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you was just in that same situation. Yeah, you up now or whatever, but you was just looking crazy not too long ago. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Will should be the poster child of how you should handle situations. Because if we remove any celebrity in this
I agree.
situation,
Hmm.
and they lose their fucking mind. They
Yeah,
lose.
but
Some of
that's,
them,
we gotta realize.
right, can't
Some
take
of
the
them,
heat that's
yeah,
dished to them. Like
Now that's
Will,
yeah.
I feel like Will was really upset that at the end of the day, and all the women need to hear this. I understand. Yeah, you want to say, oh, but what about him? He didn't get caught, and I felt like he went to great lengths to protect his shit, even when he was doing his thing. You know what I mean? And I felt like that should show that he care about his situation. Like they already had it that there was an open marriage, and I felt like in Jada
I,
eyes it got sloppy. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah, cause I feel the same way. And my thing is this, like, it don't matter what you think happened with Will Smith. We know this happened with Jada. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could imagine and try to come up with different scenarios with Will Smith all day, but we know for sure she did this with
yeah,
August. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So
right.
I'm not even trying to hear all of that extra stuff.
And
Like,
a lot of
honestly.
things people do, and I hate to say it, sometimes some females do. Oh well, what about him? Well, what
mm-hmm.
about him? No, like we talking about you now. Like right now,
Right.
you the one that
Understand.
got caught. You the one whose lover came out on wax and said y'all did whatever. None of Will's lovers, supposed lovers, came out and said anything.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? That speaks volumes to me. Like I don't know why, but it
Nah,
does. You
we got
know?
this is the type of thing that turn good guys into the dogs that y'all ladies don't want because in the
Right.
relationship where if I'm giving 100 to you and I'm giving 100 to you and it's like not the same love in return. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
yo, what did I do to please you? And the fact that she brought up that whole thing when she was like, oh, I haven't been happy in so long. Like,
Right.
I've been trying my best to make you happy. Like,
And it's like,
what you're
is
telling
that
me is
his fault?
thing
Mhm.
and my power. I'm trying to give you the moon and the stars, and you
Mhm.
rejecting everything, talking about, oh, this is not what I want. This is not what I want.
Right.
Eventually, a guy's gonna be like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm done with this.
And it's like, what are you telling
Yeah.
young men? What are you telling, like, you know what
Right,
I mean?
what you putting out? Yeah.
This stuff you putting out there, like that marriage ain't worth it, and that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like it. I don't like the whole
I think when
scene.
you peel it all back, Jada's just another one of them women that, just like how the situation happened with Pepper, and she was saying she likes street dudes. I think Jada loved Will, but I think she got a thing for street dudes, and so
Right.
she want that certain amount of edge.
Yeah,
Rebels and
Yeah.
whatnot,
She
you
she
know?
want she want her guy with a certain amount of edge, and she know what Will bring to the table at the end of the day, but she
Right.
still got an urge for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I really feel bad for my man Will Smith at the end of the day. I don't care what
It's
nobody
crazy.
say. You know what I
Crazy.
mean? Because
Uh huh.
I feel bad for the kids because I heard Jada moved out the crib because of the situation. It's embarrassing. Like,
It is.
imagine, like, us normal people, we go through our shit, but that shit ain't in the newspaper or in
Mhm.
the internet. Imagine if there's a difference between a few people knowing your situation and the whole
The
world. And I
world.
felt like
The world.
Jada messed up everything Will was trying to protect, which is their image. And now, they got to see where we going through here. So, with that being said, it seemed like an open and shut case with this. Closing remarks on this, y'all. We could start with Goat. Goat, man. Like, any final words on this? Any lessons we need to learn that anybody need to
Any
learn?
my final words on this, cool man, is don't go into no relationship broken, because that's just gonna make the relationship worse. You gotta be healed yourself before you could jump into any relationship, even if you had trauma from the past, because all
Right,
that trauma back and it's gonna reveal itself.
right. What about you, reality? How you feel? Any lessons we should learn?
Man, the worst type of
Closing
partner.
arguments.
The worst type of partner is a partner that don't appreciate you and appreciate the stuff that you bring into the table. Get rid of them.
Mm. I guess closing arguments for me would be I'm gonna leave you guys with a story. One day there was a rabbit, right? And the rabbit didn't fuck his best friend mom. That's the end of the story. That's the story. It's not the best story, but when it was told to me, I was like, "Oh, okay, I get it." It stuck with me for forever, you know. That and yeah, be like Reese said, be appreciative of your lover, and if you need help, seek a psychiatrist to evaluate your issue and not, you know what I mean? But what do I know?
And seek God, because I need fucking help, man.
But with that
Done with
being
this.
said, Goat, can you tell these fine bias fans what they could do?
Everybody stay goated, first of all. Like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, and leave a comment.
That was
Gotta advertise itself before we close out. And stay biased, my friends.